Hello there and welcome back to Simon Outdoors Indoors. I'd like to say a massive thank you to Huntarian 1986 for designing my new Simon Outdoors logo. You may notice this logo on Instagram and also my Facebook page. So thank you very much, James. I really appreciate that. That's really nice. Second of all, there will be a 250 subscriber giveaway. I'll organise this close to the date, but there will be such items as previously: a leather tinder pouch, a large ferro rod, possibly a shotgun cartridge matchbox, one of these magnifying lenses that you've seen in a previous video of me using to light King Alfred's cake coal fungus, and a few other different things that I will build up in time. Just another thank you for subscribing to my channel and enjoying what I do with me. Right, I fancied doing a video with a difference. It's a bit of a different video for my channel, because my channel's, I'd say, more about camping, bit of adventure and bushcraft. EDC, everyday carry. What do you not leave home without? Now for me, being a countryman, growing up in a village and always being outside, into my hunting for the pot, that sort of thing, I've always had a small pocket knife for cutting string, you know, putting a point on a pencil, doing a bit of carving when you're in the woods, anything. And I always used an Opinel number 6 for about 12-13 years, and then I thought more about the law, and with it being locking, I didn't really want to carry it that much anymore, and I didn't want to take the locking ring off, because then the blade could swing out and end up catching myself. So I was looking at Ford peasant knives, and I couldn't afford one, to be honest. So I'd looked in the shed, and just looking around one day, looking for something that I couldn't find, and I found this old little Sheffield knife. I forgot the name of it now. It's got a little, when you swing the blade out, it's got a little eye stamped on here. Can't make out the maker's name, but I got this from a bit of a clearance that I did. Someone passed away in the family, and they said, because I'm a joiner, do you want to come and have a look, see what tools are left, you know, if there's anything that you could use, otherwise we're going to get rid of it all. And I found this knife then, and I've carried this now for, it must be like a year or 2 years, and this has been my main knife now. So that's one of my everyday carry. The second is this little ferro rod. I'm carrying this at the minute all the time. Now this, it doesn't look much special, and it isn't really. It's just a simple piece of pine that I glued onto a ferro rod blank, and I used this when I used to make my ferro rods as a demonstration piece for someone to have a go with. And on the other piece of leather is my 6-sided striker from Contact Left, because I've got a few of these. They're absolutely fantastic. I've been using this thing for about a year and a half now, and it's brilliant. It's not lost an edge on it at all. So over the years, like Ray Mears says, the more you learn, the less you carry. I had a bigger one of these, as you know. That's in my tinder pouch now. That used to be in a belt pouch that I made, and carried that for a while. Then when I was doing a lot of flint and steel work, lighting fires that way, I made another leather pouch. You probably saw it on Instagram or Facebook, and I carried that for a while. But then now I've just gone back to the ferro rod again. Something else I'm currently recently, because of a friend called Gary, who came and took the pole lathe that I made. He came and gave it a new home, and he gave me this, a reflective card. And you've seen me use this to make fire with the sun, lighting the King Alfred's cake coal fungus. And that lives in my homemade wallet, because when I was doing my leather work, I mean I still do a little bit, I made myself a double wallet. All the others I made were singles, and I do carry this. It has my cards in for, as you can probably see, pest removal when I've been asking for permission, but I think now that I've got my new logo, thanks to Huntarian 1986, I should have some cards done with my new logo on to advertise my YouTube channel and, you know, what I do outdoors and that I like to teach. So so when I meet people like I did at the Bushcraft show, and they was asking me about the bow drill kits and stuff like that, and I said, look, if you get stuck, just give us a ring, send us a text, and I'll talk you through it. You know, I gave them a demo and I talked them through it there and then, but when they've been around the show all day long and they've bought, you know, lots of different things and they've spoken to many people, they could have forgotten the techniques that I'd given them. So that's what I carry. That's what I don't leave home without. You know, my pocket knife, a ferro rod, and then now recently this solar magnifying card. So to pass this film on, because I've noticed some other guys that I watch do things like this, I'd like to nominate number 1, Prepped Nomad. I'd like to nominate you. See what you carry with you. I'd like to nominate Huntarian 1986. I'd like to nominate Bushcraft Tools, and I would like to nominate Simon, A Bloke in the Woods. I'd like to see what you guys carry. I could go on and on and on, because there's so many channels I subscribe to. I don't know whether they actually watch me back. So I know Simon, A Bloke in the Woods does, I know Huntarian will do, and I definitely know Prep Nomad does. I'm guessing Bushcraft Tools will, because they are friends of mine. I know they're busy at the minute, but when he gets a chance, hopefully he'll do a video, put it up on YouTube or Instagram or somewhere like that. So thanks for watching Simon Outdoors. Hope you enjoyed my morning videos this morning. Yes, there was a bit of confusion going off. When I watched the first film back, while I was still out in the woods, I heard a jingle on my phone from YouTube, and I thought, oh no, while I've been recording, YouTube sent me a message, and eBay sent me a message, and it's recorded the sound on my phone, and it hadn't. Where it was is while I was watching the film back, then I received the message and the noise. So on the second film, I was like, oh, I'm really sorry, I forgot to put my phone on aeroplane mode to stop any messages and texts, you know, calls, anything like that coming through, because it can stop the recording if a call comes through. And then I think by the time I'd watched the second one back, I'd realised that, oh, it might not have been on my recording, it might have been afterwards I heard it while I was watching it back. So I think the third one, when I walked out of the woods, I was saying, you know, I'm sorry for going on about it, and this is the last time I will speak about it. So, right, I better go and find some more jobs to do in the house. Just had a nice piece of fish for my dinner. So yeah, probably gonna get some more washing done now. So, the life of a house husband. I'd like to say thank you. Thank you. I'd like to say hello to my mother-in-law again. I did say I would say hello earlier, but then with what went off this morning, things weren't going to plan. I ended up in a totally different woodland to what I wanted to be. It just made me forget about some things and some hellos that I wanted to do. So, hello Mum. I've got a lovely mother-in-law. I know there's stories out there about mother-in-laws and this, that and other, you know, like comedians used to tell, but I've got a lovely mother-in-law. And I picked her up today because she took her car into the garage and I gave her a lift into town. And yeah, she's great. So, right, I think that's all I've got to say. So, thank you very much and bye-bye.